Toni Morrison, the voice that rewrote America, 1931 to 2019. In the small steel town of Lorain, Ohio, a young black girl spent her nights reading under the faint glow of a street lamp. Her father worked long hours. Her mother sang while washing clothes. They owned little, but they had words, stories, songs, laughter, and legends passed down through generations. That girl was Chloe Ardelia Wofford, who would later take the name Toni Morrison, and she would go on to give a voice to those history tried to forget. Born in 1931, Morrison grew up in a world divided by race but rich in imagination. Her parents, descendants of enslaved Africans, filled her life with tales of resilience. In those stories, hardship was never the ending, it was the soil where beauty could still bloom. Morrison carried that truth with her as she studied literature at Howard University, and later at Cornell, where she explored the complexities of identity, freedom, and belonging. Before she became a writer, she was an editor, one of the few black women in publishing during the 1960s. She championed black voices when few others would, memoirs of activists, essays on race, and poetry that challenged America to look at itself honestly. But late at night, she began to write her own stories, stories that no one else was telling. Her first novel, The Bluest Eye, 1970, told of a young black girl who longed for blue eyes, believing that beauty meant whiteness. Critics didn't know what to make of it, but readers recognized themselves in its pain. Morrison kept writing. Sula, Song of Solomon, Tar Baby, each was a world within a world, written in language that sang like music and struck like truth. Then, in 1987, came Beloved, the haunting story of a mother who escaped slavery but is haunted by the ghost of the child she killed to save from bondage. It was not just a novel, it was a reckoning with history, memory, and the cost of freedom. Morrison refused to let readers look away. Beloved won the Pulitzer Prize and is now considered one of the greatest American novels ever written. In 1993, Toni Morrison became the first African-American woman to receive the Nobel Prize in Literature, honored for her novels characterized by visionary force and poetic import. Standing before the Swedish Academy, she spoke not as a laureate, but as a storyteller. We die. That may be the meaning of life. But we do language. That may be the measure of our lives. Morrison believed that stories could be a form of salvation, not by erasing pain, but by naming it. Her prose was both fierce and tender, filled with ghosts, mothers, and survivors who carried centuries of unspoken history in their hearts. She once said, "The function of freedom is to free someone else." And through her writing, she did exactly that, freeing generations of readers to see beauty in their blackness, complexity in their humanity, and truth in their pain. When she passed away in 2019, the world didn't just lose a writer, it lost a witness, a mirror, a voice that dared to ask what America might become if it ever truly listened. Toni Morrison didn't write for applause. She wrote to remind us that language, like love, can rebuild what history has tried to break. Toni Morrison, the voice that rewrote America.